Hey everybody, Sheila with Designs by Baby Moon, and today I'm showing you, or I want to show you how to do a zipper pouch that's actually not anything to do with embroidery at all. So this morning I found, well, I didn't find, I've been playing with my stack of wool felt that I got from TC Craft Lady, and TC Crazy Craft Lady, Teresa Carter, who's in our group, and hi Teresa. I love the wool felt that I got from you. I think I've told you all enough that regular felt just makes my skin crawl. So wool felt, I know I can handle. So I've gotten wool, wool blends at like Joann's or something. So, but there's not a lot of colors. So I grabbed this. I just have an assortment that I picked out from her website of wool felt sheets. They're just the same size as the wool felt sheets that you get when you get regular wool at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. So they're like 9 by 12 squares or rectangles. They're not squares. I just got a bunch of colors that I thought were pretty. And so I've had these zippers that I got on Amazon. And when I talked about zippers, or I talked about what I was making today, I posted a link to these zippers that I got on Amazon. They're just lace zippers, and they're meant to be sewn on the outside instead of putting them in like a regular zipper, which if you use a sewing machine, you know that you put the zipper on the inside of the garment. But these are meant to be sewn on the outside so you can see the detail. And something else that's really cool, the little zipper pull on it is a pretty little brass thing. So they're just pretty. They're a little extra. And I thought they'd be pretty as these zipper bags. So anyway, I found that tutorial and I linked that other tutorial, but I thought we'd just do a little sew along and I'd show you how they work. So I'm only using the felt, the zipper, thread to match the zipper, kind of match, it doesn't really have to, and that's it. These aren't lined or anything, but wool felt is a lot more durable than acrylic felt, so I'm not doing anything, but it's like, this is a really nice sturdy little bag, and you could line it if you wanted, but this is just fast and easy. And so I've already got a stack here, and these colors are just really amazing. This one's almost kind of a golden color, and then this is a a soft aqua, like a heathered aqua. This one's kind of heathered too. And then this heathered deep red, this one's mine. Then the gold, or the purple with the black zipper. And I just love these colors. I love the way wool felt just has a softness about it. And it's just really beautiful. So I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do, because they're super easy. So what I've got is a felt rectangle. And I've got a zipper. This zipper is, let me measure real quick. So it's longer than, it's the ones in the link that I showed you. And so it says on here that this is actually 14 inches long, but the usable length of the zipper is about 12.5 inches long. So it's not that you would use a 14-inch opening. So you want it to be longer than you need to for here, because you're gonna have some that you trim off. But you don't wanna use the short 7-inch zippers. You wanna make sure that you've got it long enough. So all I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do, and there's a written tutorial already posted, so you'll see that. And by the way, I'm in the room with my kids. They're here, and I've told them if they'll be super great for just, the few minutes it takes to show you this, then I'm gonna go get them ice cream. So they're playing Minecraft right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids in here. One's not playing Minecraft, one's just reading. So anyway, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place the zipper on the edge of the material. So this is the short edge. And I'm gonna lay the zipper on top with the end of the zipper with the zipper pull hanging off the edge. And from the back, so what I'm just gonna do is I'm feeling where it is on here. And from the back side, from the back side, you can see that the zipper, the felt is not up against the zipper coils. It's actually a little bit away. And I don't know that there's a specific measurement. Maybe about 1/8 of an inch. So it's a little bit away, and it's right there. And so I'm gonna just sew along. I've already got red thread in my machine on the top of the bobbin, and I'm just gonna sew right along there with a little zigzag. And so I'm using a zigzag because this is wool felt, and the zipper, it won't show at all, but I'm just gonna catch that lacy edge. So let's do that really quick. And again, I'm just feeling, if you feel like you need a little bit more security, you could use some invisible sewable double-sided tape, and that would hold your zipper down onto it. But let's just go. So I'm gonna do a little bit. Let's see, let's get it on zigzag. All right, we're ready. And this, I didn't thread the needle. I changed my thread a few minutes ago and I didn't finish threading the needle. This is gonna be, like, this is the hardest part. So I actually, I'm really trying hard not to collect sewing machines, but it's really hard. So a friend of mine moved her mom into an assisted living and asked if I was interested in her old machine, and of course, yes I was, and then she said it was a Bernina, and I was like, I can't just not let it do nothing. So I am loving Patricia's machine and putting it through its paces today and just kind of, you know, seeing what we got here. And I'm really excited because this is a piece of her. So one of these pouches I'm making for her too. So, okay, so we got zigzag stitch. I'm gonna do a little back stitch and then I'm gonna keep sewing down the rest of this side. And I'm just kind of keeping it, you can kind of see through the holes of the lace. So I know it's about where I want it to be, and I feel it. So I'm not gonna pin it or anything. I'm just feeling where it is. Okay, I'm gonna do a little back stitch here. And that's it. And I'm gonna snip this off. And the zipper is perfectly placed now on the edge of the material. Now, I know there's a lot of zipper pouch patterns that are done on the embroidery machine, like in the hoop, and I think that's really fun, but really this is not rocket science. Y'all could do this on a regular sewing machine, especially if you sew and you already know how to do it. Even if you don't like doing zippers, which I don't like doing zippers either, but I will sew zippers on the outside of everything all day long because this is so much faster. I don't even have a zipper foot on here. I'm just using the regular foot. With a nylon zipper, you really don't need to use the zipper foot. That's kind of optional. That's probably not good. Your sewing machine store dealer is going to tell you otherwise, but it's kind of optional. So the next step is a little tricky, and this is the only tricky part. So what you have now, you have the zipper on one end, okay? It's on the short end, and you're going to bring the other end up and around, and so you kind of have a tube because you're working on the outside of the material. The other end you're going to put in the same place on the other side of the zipper. So this is so it's going to be, that's what it's going to look like at the end. But because we're working on the outside of the it's not a garment, the outside of the zipper bag, we're just going to sew a little bit here, then we're going to open the zipper completely and finish sewing it just so we have more room in there to work. So I'm going to put this here, but you want to make sure that you've got this lined up, each side lined up in the same place on the same side of the zipper so that that's straight, and that it'll be straight when you get down here and it's in the same place. You do not want this to be up here or down here, like if you were doing two different pieces of material. So you do want to make sure you take care to get this in the right place right here. So it's in the same place on this side as your end is on this side, okay? And if you needed to, you could mark that, or use a piece of tape or use one pin, but you don't need to go crazy. The only thing you need to watch out for with these lace zippers is that when you're starting this part, that you move that zipper pull out of the way. Okay, so let me get that started, and I'll show you what I mean by unzipping it and opening it up. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna go down. I've got the back of this out of the way a little bit, and I'm just gonna sew not even a whole inch down here, just enough to get it going. I'm going to put my needle down into my material, lift up the presser foot. I'm going to take the zipper and I'm going to open it all the way, even to the end. So I've opened it all the way up. So what that does is it opens it up, so now I have an almost flat piece of material. And then I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to kind of tuck this into the open area of the sewing machine. I'm going to put my presser foot back down, and then kind of feeling just like I felt you know, felt where the end was on this side. I'm just kind of feeling where that is on this side, and I'm gonna zigzag all the way down and then do a little back stitch at the very end down here. So I'm just gonna get it started. And one thing that's nice about wool felt, it's not as stretchy as acrylic felt. So, you know, you work too much with acrylic felt and then you pull the fibers out of place. Wool felt is a little bit more stable than that. So that's another reason why I like it. That, and it doesn't make my skin crawl. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna back up a little bit and lock those stitches. That's it, your zipper's done. I'm telling you, that's the easiest zipper that you'll ever put in. That's even easier than lining it up on your embroidery machine. Okay, so now you're done with you've applied the zipper. So there's several different things that you can do now. And I'll zip this up so you can see what it looks like. Let's turn it. Okay, so this is gonna be the inside. So let's turn it inside out like we would. You could do a couple of different things. So you could actually make your zipper like those in the hoop zipper pouches, so that the zipper is kind of in the middle of the top like this. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn this inside out and then sew down the sides. So your zipper can be anywhere. Your zipper could be right in the middle, like in the middle of the bag. Your zipper can be kind of offset from the top. It can be up there like that. Or it can be on the very top like this, which is what I did on these, because I just like the way that looks. I think it's a nice clean look. I'll show you one that's more contrasty. Okay, see, it's just right on the top. So front and back are exactly the same. Okay, this is the last step. But what I'm gonna do, so I had it open all the way over here. This is how I just got it done when I sewed it. I'm actually gonna zip it closed just a little bit, not much, maybe 1.5 inches from the end of the material, okay? So you do wanna zip down past where the material starts, but you don't wanna zip this far close because we're gonna need to turn it inside out. So I'm gonna turn it inside out again. Not really, it's kinda not even really a closed shape yet, but we're gonna turn it inside out. And so now what I've got are the raw edges of the zipper. And I'm gonna do this again so the zipper is at the very top. So I'm just gonna kind of fold it, and I'm gonna start with the side that's already zipped closed. So this is where the zipper pulls down in there. Okay, so this is the end that will always stay closed. You won't zip from this end. And I'm gonna make a stitch down this side. I'm just gonna use a straight stitch, back and forth, straight down, back and forth at the end. And that's it. And I'm gonna go about 3/8 of an inch from the edge, not more than 1/4 inch, less than 1/2 inch. So let's get a straight stitch. And again, I'm gonna leave the part with the zipper, the nylon zipper coils. I'm not gonna sew over those, but I am gonna get the felt that's right there underneath them. Okay, so let's do a few stitches, then back it up to lock them, and then go all the way down. And lock those at the end. All right, that's it. And you're done with the end. And so if you very carefully, you're done, we're done. There's nothing else that we're gonna do over here. So we can actually take, this is the finished part of the zipper with a little zipper stop at the bottom. I'm just gonna cut that off at the edge of my bag. And then just because I'm just gonna cut a little tiny triangle off of here just to reduce any bulk that's gonna be in that corner. But I just snipped it, just barely. I mean, it's just barely a triangle. This part's off, okay? Now, this side, this is the last seam we're sewing. I'm gonna line the zipper up carefully on the top. Okay, so both the teeth are facing up, both sides are facing up. And then I'm gonna fold this down and fold it, and then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'm gonna sew a very, like about a 3/8 of an inch line all the way down, and then stop, lock both ends, and then trim off a corner. Okay, so start a little bit. Back it up a little bit, and go. This, on this machine, it doesn't have markings. It's right just past the edge of the presser foot, and I've got a super skinny presser foot on, so it's just past the edge. It's not a very large seam at all. That's it. That's our last seam. So I'm gonna trim off there. I'm gonna trim these threads from the start off. That one got a little wacky. Let's just make sure we get that out of the way. And because we're done over here, my zipper pulls in here, I'm gonna cut those edges off of that zipper. Okay, you're done with that. And again, I'm gonna make it another tiny little kind of triangle. I'm not making the triangle point go all the way down to the seam. I'm just nipping that off just to get rid of some of that bulk. Okay, we've got it open. So now I'm gonna turn it inside out. Inside out. And poke the corners out. I'm using my finger, but you can use a chopstick or a pencil eraser, or I have a porcupine quill in there that I use for when I'm, holding the stuff out of the way on my embroidery machine. So you could use that, or whatever else, a turner tool, something official. And that's it. I'm gonna zip it up. So this part where you've unzipped, you kind of need to give it a little care. But where you've unzipped, whoops, you okay? Yeah, you're right. Simon's coming to say hi. You just zip it up. You're done. That's it. So that's it. You can hang something else cool on your zipper pull. You could put a little tab on the side and make it so you could hook one of your key tags on it, or your something fun that you've made. Or you could use an eyelet tag to attach here with a jump ring onto your zipper pull, and so you can use your embroidery on it. You could, if you wanted to, before you started working on this, you could think about where you're gonna zip up, and you could put, like, this is a new one, you could put a monogram or something on the side. But these are just like super fun and simple and easy, and when you make them out of wool, they're just really beautiful. So just thought I'd show you guys. That's what I'm doing today. I've got a stack of felt here with my zippers all matched up. I'm gonna do some light blue. I've got this really gorgeous aqua color, and I'm gonna use actually kind of a cream color on it. So I'll show you a picture when they're all done, because I'll have a little stack. So that's just what I'm gonna do for fun today. I do have some embroidery going in there, but I thought this would be a fun break from that, and I wanted to test out this little baby. So I hope y'all have a fun Saturday, and I'll link all those places that I linked on the other post. I'll link them on here too. What do I do with the bags? Well, Lori, honestly, I wanted to use this fabric because I wanted a bigger makeup bag for my purse. The one that I have right now is the In the Hoop zipper bag that I made, and it has that zipper in the middle. Well, not kind of in the middle, but it's like an inch down, and that bugs me. So I just wanted this one on here. I wanted a top zipper bag, and I was looking at In the Hoop top zipper bags, and it's like I could do this way faster by just sewing it on a sewing machine. So I'm going to use this one for my makeup in my purse, and the little things that I'm not careful with in there. And then you could use it for, is it big enough for pencils?
No, it's not extra pencils.
I've got a bag of pencils right here. Let me see. Okay, so my kids have been in my pencil stash. Let me see if the pencils are fitting here. So these are unsharpened pencils that they were going into. And so, yeah, you could use it as a pencil bag. I mean, a felt square, a felt rectangle is 9 inches, and an unsharpened pencil will fit just fine in here. Yes, you could. Let's see, Molly is showing me. Let's see. Molly's showing me that you could fit a small book in the bag. I don't know that you could fit the book completely in the bag, so no, you can't. But you could put a series of small journals in the bag. You could put your markers. You could put all kinds of stuff. So you could do this with vinyl sheets too. Yeah. You can do this with vinyl sheets if you have fine vinyl. That I just thought it'd be fun to like just use a regular sewing machine and do a regular sewing thing. Nancy can use other fabric or vinyl. You could. You want to make sure it doesn't fray, so you want non-fraying. Something that's non-fraying, like felt, or you'd need to line it if you were going to use regular fabric. And I'm doing a video. Yeah. So another kid just logged in. If you use vinyl, you don't have to worry about lining it, but you do want to make sure that you trim it, well, maybe with pinking shears or something, just so it's as pretty on the inside as it is on the outside. With the wool felt feels to me as pretty on the inside as it is on the outside, and since we didn't have a seam at the bottom, it's just the folded material, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do with the bottom, so you don't have a bottom seam to get in the way, and so I just thought, that's what I'm going to do right now. If you had bigger material, you definitely could make this bigger. You could make it, all the way up to the size of your zipper. So you can make a giant one if you needed to. I have seen these too, like I'm done with a regular zipper made with mesh screen, the kind that you use for your windows, so solar screen. I think Nancy's Notions had it was a TV show years ago. I saw that they did zipper bags made out of solar screen and just zippers, and they made big ones for like wet bags. So those are super sturdy and really fun. So yeah, you can use other fabric, but you'd have to line it, and that's more steps. And I'm about fast and easy today, Saturday. So okay, y'all have a fun Saturday, and thanks for hanging out with me. And if you make some of these top zipping zipper or lace zipper bags, and especially if you use felt from some of the places that we get felt or vinyl from, pop them in the comments. This will be a fun Saturday project, and quick and easy sewing, instant gratification, so it's almost as good as embroidery. We're just using another machine. So we'll see you guys soon. Hope y'all have a good Saturday.